First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekakadash, and the those great millstone, while let is true. And also to those elect that is scattered abroad, I like to say, Shalom. And come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So the title of the lesson is Seeing His Days Are Determined. So I like to say Shalom to all that listen and learn. Hope this will be today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a little article here by CNN Style. And it reads, it said, billionaire bonkers, how the 1% are preparing for the apocalypse, or the end of the world. And who are the 1%ers? The 1%ers are the global elites. It's starting with the Rothschilds, starting with the Rockefellers, also the Gettys, the DuPonts, also the Oppenheimers, and many others. So we seeing that they are super rich, and they're constantly preparing for all hell breaking loose with order out of chaos. They caused the problem and they coming up with a solution. That solution is a one digital society, a one world government, a one world religion, a one world, power, currency, Salaki. And so we seeing that they constantly preparing, while all hell breaking loose on top, they're going to be thinking that they are safe in their underwater or underground retreat, or their mountain retreat, or they are in space retreat. They say they have space stations or whatever. But one thing about the Lord say they shall build, but I will throw down. Though they dig, the Lord still is going to search them out. So there's no escaping the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So we know that we keep hearing all sorts of rumors of civil war, civil unrest, also the World War III, rumors of wars all over the place, earthquakes in diverse places. A lot of things are constantly happening left and right. The nation is divided. All sorts of uncertainties, all sorts of events and things are happening all around the world simultaneously. Flooding, all sorts of different weather changes over there in California. You're seeing that they having a lot of rain and flooding and a lot of mudslides and different things are happening all across America and also globally. So we seeing these things are constantly happening. They're constantly getting prepared. And also the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he is building a bunker in Hawaii. I think it's around $200 million that he's getting prepared. So hey, they're imagining a vain thing. The heathens are raging, and one thing about it, they would not be able to perform their enterprise, even though they knowing that something is coming. We knowing that something is coming. We foreseeing the evil. We knowing that perilous time is upon us, evil time. What is that? Jacob's trouble. So they get prepared for all this chaos that they have caused and all this destruction. And one thing about it, they think they're going to rise out of the ashes, out of the smoke. But one thing about it, they're going to rise up right on into slavery. So now, let's look at this. So we seeing that, we at the end of Esau kingdom. But so that's why they get prepared. They knowing that they seeing that their time is up. They got bounds that they cannot pass. So you already know that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And also the Lord is getting ready to come down with great wrath. Judgment is now at hand. So we see right here, we have a flood house. So we seeing, to show you a few of these bunkers that they're getting ready to retreat to, and also certain places around the world. I think a lot of them going to go to New Zealand, and I think the other is Alaska and other retreats and military bases around the world. So hey, you can run, but you cannot hide. So now let's look at a few of these bunkers that they getting ready to run to. Let's see here. This one, the flood house. It said the flood house holds extra supply solar batteries neatly tucked in a storage wall. Let's go here. Let's look at this one. It said right here, they getting it ready. Imagine a vain thing. So trying to get everything together. We seeing what these global elites are trying to do, these 1%ers, just showing you a few of their underground retreat, also mountain retreats, also underwater retreat. They got them in all over the world, everywhere. So we seeing Just showing a few of them, just for edification purpose. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they live in very, have lived very a pleasure on the earth. A lot of live fat off the hog, but it's getting ready to come to an end. Getting ready to become the poor man very soon. Just a few more examples, and we'll get a quick precept before we start the one video that I have. So we're seeing that they're preparing. What are they preparing for? Order out of chaos. This new digital society. Also, this grain of rice. They trying to get prepared. Also, they trying to this depopulation campaign. You already know it. It started with that hokey pokey. You understand what I'm saying? So many shall will be taken in a great number. You understand what I'm saying? I have to be careful. So look at that. It's very luxuriously. They're gonna be living a lap of luxury, but they're in for a rude awakening. Look at this here. Let's show a few more before we start today's video. Just running through a few. We're not going to show all of them. And so we're just showing you that they're getting prepared. They're going to run, but they ain't going to be able to hide. No one will be able to escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The Lord's getting ready to bring forth their judgment. They get them talking about getting prepared for the apocalypse or the end of the world. They know that it's coming. But, see that a lot of our people there, they still are docile. They still not knowing the sign of the time. Don't give a damn what's going on. All they want to do is keep doing wickedness and all these things to get ready to come to the end. The Lord's getting ready to cease the arrogance of the proud. So just want to show a few, just showing you a few of them so you see they're getting prepared. And one thing about it, and the elect will get prepared, for the Lord to come deliver us with what? With great glory and great power. So let's get a quick precept. Let's go here to the title of the lesson. Let's go here to Job chapter 14 and verse 5. It said, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bound that he cannot pass. So he have a time limit, that he cannot get past. So we seeing that, the Lord put it up one kingdom and he bring us down another. So we're in that transition of power right now, you know what I'm saying? So we seeing it happening right before our eyes. So he's seeing that his days are determined. He's seeing that it's a dark forecast. We're seeing that the Lord is making Esau bear. Shameful spirit is upon his glory. He's seeing that, hey man, it's time to close shop. He's getting ready to tuck his tail and run. Let's read this again. Job chapter 14 and verse 5 says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bound that he cannot pass. So he has a expiration date and it's fastly approaching. And great fear is falling upon him. So we already know that he's going to try to use everything at his disposal, which in fact is that sword goes into his technology, weaponry, AI, these lying wonders, all sorts of things he get ready to come up. If he cannot rule, then he'll try to destroy the whole world, including himself. That's why the Lord said, for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. So now let's start with one little video I have. And after the video, we will start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
Alaska or New Zealand? Meaning, where should they situate their bunkers for the event?
For years, New Zealand has been an apocalypse escape destination for America's elite. That America was not the place to be if things collapsed. So we arranged for a New Zealand passport just in case. Other American elites were getting similar ideas.
For the electromagnetic pulse, or the economic downturn, or the disease or war that would necessitate them leaving their Silicon Valley ranches and retreating to these fortified bunkers in the middle of nowhere.
The government's secret plans to save itself now have competition from the secret plans of the 1%. From converted Cold War bunkers and missile silos to specially outfitted yachts, a doomsday industry caters to the mega-rich. Luxury bunkers with indoor pools, artificial sunlight, and supplies to stay sealed off from the world for years. From the Cold War till now, the most powerful people end up being the ones most afraid. Elite anxiety is on the rise.
The billionaires, they understand that they're playing a dangerous game, that they are running out of room to externalize the damage of the way their companies operate. Eventually, there's going to be, the social unrest that leads to your undoing, which is why these same people are looking at creating bomb shelters, going to Australia or New Zealand.
What I would say is this was sort of an acceleration of the notion of what we had called gated communities, where you try to insulate yourself from the social discord that's outside. But here, it was an evacuation plan.
For the billionaires in the green room with Rushkoff, the biggest concern is protecting themselves from the unruly masses.
The question we ended up spending the majority of time on was, how do I maintain control of my security force after my money is worthless? So these guys had already secured Navy SEALs and security forces to come and guard their facilities for them. You've got 20 Navy SEALs hired to protect family from the marauding mobs of people with jeeps and bazookas. Let's say that they've got great weapons and great strategies. Why are they defending you? Any monarch or ruler who is depending on their military to maintain their power ends up in a military coup, right? The most powerful people in the world, they see themselves as utterly incapable of actually creating a future in which everything's going to be okay. Bet all their money on how do they, as individuals, somehow survive that disaster.
You're seeing that they are preparing, the most proud, Esau Edom, he's preparing for the worst. He's seeing that what his days are determined. So let's get another quick precept. Let's go here to Psalms, and once again, I hope that you will get edified. Let's go here to Psalm chapter, I think it's 104, Psalm chapter 104, another quick precept to back up what I just said, 104 and verse 9, I believe. 104, Psalm chapter 104 and verse 9, it said, "Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth." So one thing about it, they're getting ready to go to riches to rags. And also they shall not rise up or possess the land anymore. And one thing about it, they're going straight on into slavery, out of those bunkers and into slavery. They're getting ready to pay what their forefather did. We had to pay. They're getting ready to pay. The Lord said, "This is mine," says the Lord. And let's read this again. Psalms 104 and verse 9 says, "Thou hast set a bound or a limit or expiration date that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth." So they'll never rule ever again. This is the last and final. This is the last and final time. This is the times of the Gentiles is almost fulfilled. And also the Lord's getting ready to return and set everything back into order. Oh man, we cannot wait. So now let's go here. Quick lesson through the Spirit. James. Let's go to James. That's the New Testament. James chapter 5. We'll start up at the top at verse 1. James chapter 9 and verse 1. And it reads, said, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you." Verse 2. "Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten." Verse 3, "Your gold and your silver are cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days." So we seeing it right now. They heaping together treasures going into these bunkers. You know what I'm saying? That everything will be all right. They think they're going to rise out of the ashes, but they're in for a rude awakening. Lord got plans for them for 1,000 years. They get ready to drink of the cup double. What is that cup? The cup of oppression. The cup of what? Of slavery. Hey, man, it's coming, man. Slavery is coming back in a big way. Verse 4, it said, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So that about it's talking about the one that's crying, sighing and crying. Those are the elect, So we've been downtrodden. We've been oppressed. We constantly all these different unrighteous decrees, all this these mandates, all these things they constantly putting in place to keep us down. But one thing about it, the Lord is hearing our cry. And one thing about it, he's getting ready to turn all these things back around. The earth is out of course. Everything is out of order. This is a land of confusion. And one thing about it, who has run the earth into the ground? Who have destroyed the earth? It's the what? Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So you're seeing that his days are determined. His time is up. It is our time to rule. Verse 5, he said, ye have lived in pleasures on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. So they have whatever their heart desire. They are prepared for the day of slaughter, a day of destruction. So we seeing it here. So let's look up this word. Let's go into this word of wanton. Let's go here right quick. They live very wanton, without lack. Let's go here to the interstellar right quick. Let's go here. Look up this word wanton right quick. Let's see what this means right quick. One moment. Let's go here to G46. 84. Let's go here. See what it says.
Strong's G 4684. Spatalao. Spatalao.
Spatalato. Spatalato. That's the Greek word of saying wanton. Let's see what the biblical use said. It said to live luxuriously, to lead a voluptuous life, said give oneself to pleasure. Hey, it's plain and simple. So that's the spot on to these 1%, these global elites. They'll live fat off the hog. They'll live very deliciously. And one thing about it, they're walking in great pride. But the Lord is getting ready to bring them very low very soon. They get ready to go back to their natural state. So that's what that means. Wanton. Live in pleasure. Not lacking. Having everything that their heart desire, because this is their heaven, this is their rulership, and this is our hell. This is a place of judgment also. So we seeing that, hey man, it is rolling out right before our eyes. So let's go back. Let's go back and read that again. Let's go back out. A little slow here in the blue letter, still getting used to it. James chapter 5, and let's read verse 5 again. It says, ye have lived in pleasures on the earth, and been wanton, or live deliciously, or luxuriously. You say, ye have nourished your hearts or your mind as in the day of slaughter. Verse 6, ye have condemned and killed the just, and who does not resist you. So one thing about it, we already knowing that this man is constantly have condemned and killed the just. Who is the just? The Latinos, the Native Indians. The Negroes, the Lord's people. So we seeing that, back in slavery time, further than that, all the atrocities, all the robbing, stealing, and killing is getting ready to come to an end. He has spoiled many nations. Now he is getting ready to be spoiled. The Lord is getting ready to bring him down and put him in his rightful place, into servitude. That's all he was created for. The Lord already said, I think in Isaiah chapter 40, I think around verse 17, they're counted less than nothing. You know what I'm saying? So these other nations are nothing to him. So the time of the Gentiles is almost to be fulfilled. So how ye, that rich man, we go back at the top, that ye rich men that's talking about the Esau, Edom, these global elites, you know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying? Right now, they're gonna be howling and weeping very soon. So we're very close. Salak, I don't mean to be rambling. Let's go here to Isaiah chapter, just random scriptures. Let's go here to Isaiah. No, let's go back out. Isaiah, let's go to it's the Old Testament. Let's go ahead to Isaiah chapter 2. Isaiah chapter 2, and we'll drop down to verse 10. Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 10. Let's go here. And it reads, say, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. Verse 11, the lofty looks of man shall be humble, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. Verse 12, for the day of the Lord of hosts or armies shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. So one thing about it, so we seeing that the Lord is gonna cease the arrogance of the proud. We already know who is the most proud, walking in great pride. Has not had no type of opposition, no type of oppression, but he's getting ready. Things are getting ready to turn back around. The Lord's getting ready to turn the tables. So we seeing that things are changing. We're in that transition of power. Also, we are in the birth pain. That's why they're getting prepared, because he's seeing that his kingdom and his time is up. Hey man, the Lord is getting ready to cut him off, and we cannot wait. Constantly trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So let's go here to Revelation. Let's go here to Revelation chapter 6. Let's go here. Revelation chapter 6. We'll start up around verse 14. Revelation chapter 6 and verse, I think it's 14 what I want. Let's start up here at verse 14. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 14. It said, and the heavens are departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. So this is describing a mushroom cloud, when a nuclear exchange or nuclear explosion. So we already knowing that cloud rolled together just like a scroll, like a mushroom cloud. So the Bible is spot on. We seeing this right now. So we seeing that it said every mountain and island were moved out of their place. So it's going to be great destruction. So a lot of devastation, a lot of desolation is getting ready to come. Because the great day of the Lord is fast approach, a day of darkness, a day of gloominess and desolation and destruction, and the body count will be great. Verse 5, he said, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens. Are these underground bunkers? Are these mountain retreats? Are these space stations? Said in the rocks of the mountain. So one thing about it is that it's talking about when the Lord returned in the midst of World War III, last and final war, right before his great and glorious return in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. So this talking about their military, the military men, they soldiers, and whatnot. Everyone that's going to battle over there will be their last time. The Lord is going to kill everything over there. That's why they're running to these retreat camp. They're gonna be fearing the wrath of the Lord. They running. Right now they walking in great pride. He's speaking great things against Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, but only for a short season. So now let's start back up at verse 16. It said, and said to the mountain and the rock, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Hey, one day about it, hey man, you can run, but you cannot hide. They're going to fear the Lord. While you're running, you're talking great things right now. But when the Lord show up, there will be no more talking. Verse 17, he said, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? No one. So one thing about it, hey man, and no one is going to escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And one thing about it though, the Lord, when he returned, hey man, he's come to bring that sword. That sword also goes into judgment. The Lord's getting ready to judge this place. And one thing about it is that, like a whirlwind, the Lord's getting ready to show up in that great fathership. And one thing about it, hey man, every eye shall see him, even the one that pierced him. It is payday. We constantly warning you left and right. So hey man, seeing his days are determined. Hey man, we at the end of this. We at the end of this thing. We cannot wait. We are rejoicing. So now let's go to our last and final script. Let's go here to go out of the blue letter. Let's go into the King James Apocrypha. Let's go here to Obadiah. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1. We'll close out here. Obadiah chapter 1. And we'll start up, I think it's around verse 15. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 15. He said, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua. So one thing about it, getting ready to drink of the cup. When you go to Lamentation chapter, I think around 4, verses 21 through 22, the ye too, he said, go ahead and rejoice, ye daughter of Edom. Right now, they're rejoicing right now. You know, they're on top right now. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? They have whatever they heart desire, but only for a short season. They're getting ready to go from riches to rags, and we getting ready to go from rags to riches. Hey, one thing about it, the Lord is a master chess player. So the great dear Lord is upon the heathen. Also, these 2/3, the Lord said, first my judgment will start at the house of Israel. Also, the Lord said, hey, warn them for me. That means to get on your asses. We constantly warn you left and right. Either you hear or either you will forbear. We knowing that this red devil, his reign of terror is almost coming to a close. That's why he's getting set up, building these bunkers, running to these underground retreats. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. You know, we're seeing that here. Let's get one more before we close. Let's go here to Amos. You know, the Lord put the spirit on me to go here right quick before we close out. Let's go here to Amos. Amos chapter 9. Let's go here. Amos chapter 9. We start up at Amos chapter 9 and verse 2. He said, though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. So one thing that's to dig into hell, that means, you know, when you go into that word hell, you know, it's talking about the ground. You know what I'm saying? I think the Hebrew name for it was Silo, if I'm not mistaken. We could look it up in the but that's what it's talking about, the ground. So the underground bunkers also, so they climb up to the heaven into these space stations, these space retreats. The Lord said he would bring them down. So there's no escaping the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we seeing that's what they're doing. See what Mark Zuckerberg doing over in Hawaii, digging $200 million. Go ahead on and dig. Because most likely it will be your tomb. And also, if not, you getting ready to be one of those ones to be reserved for slavery. We're gonna put them chains on you. You know, them shackles on you and tell you to what? To get to work. So let's read this again. Amos chapter 9 and verse 2 says, though they dig into hell, his underground bunkers, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, or these space stations, these satellites, see all that up there, thence will I bring them down. Say, hey man, the Lord's getting ready to do a mighty work. Can't escape the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, the King of the universe. Verse 3 said, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence I will command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Whoo, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua. Man, the Lord is going to be playing. All the games about to be over. So when you go into that word Carmel, it means a mountain, you know, talking about a mount or a hill. So they're going to be in these mountain retreats. So I think Cheyenne Mountain is one of them. They got a couple of other military bases in the mountains. So yeah, that's what this is talking about. Say, hey, the Lord gonna bring them out of there. Who's going to get them? The prophet, the 144. The Lord's getting ready to activate his sleeper cell. We getting ready to go to work. And also he said, since if you're out of his sight, he said he gonna command the what? The serpent or the what? The Leviathan to come bite your ass, come get your ass. You know, hey man, I'm telling you, man, the Lord is a master chess player. You know, the Lord is no one to be played with. You know what I'm saying? It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Let's read this again. We'll close out. Amos chapter 9 and verse 3 said, and though, I start at the top once again, read down, I just love it. It said, Amos chapter 9 and verse 2 said, though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Verse 3 said, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So one thing about it, so the Esau Edom, he's seeing that his days are determined. His reign of terror is almost over. And one thing about it, what was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. The Lord said he will repay. So the Lord's getting ready to do a mighty work. Also, the Lord said, wait on me until I rise up against the prey. So put your total trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The Lord is going to do the rest. Stand still and watch the great glory and the great power of the Lord is getting ready to show up and show out. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Seeing His Days Are Determined. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Rekakadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.